Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting year of Fantrax Fantasy Football 2026. So start off by saying that everyone came back with the exception of Victoria's Secret. Unfortunately, she will not be joining us this year, so we do wish her the best. So I just want to start off by saying a couple of quick things before we get into a couple of new things that we've included this year, because now we do have the premium package which will let us do a lot of cool stuff. So I'm going to start off by saying that LA Yacht Possum, 2 years in a row, we are coming after you. We're coming after you, all right? First of all, we're going to call the exterminators. No more Yacht Possums, all right? All right? I'm calling in the Swifties. You know, I'm going to give you a fear boner like you've never had, all right? Let's hope you don't squeeze the cheese, and we're going to post your demise all over the radio show, all right? All right, there's a Gallic storm coming your way. There isn't enough GZ dinero on the planet that could save your ass right now, all right? And there's a new sheriff in town, and he goes by Jack Reach Around, all right? So we're coming after you. We're not going to make this a three-peat for you, all right? Just saying. That's it. Well, you have an equal shot like everybody else, so, we'll just see what happens. But, I'm just saying we're going to come after you if we draft the right guys and you don't. So that's all I'm saying, all right? Anywho, so I got some other exciting news outside of football is that Fear Boner actually got his allowance back from Ashley. It's amazing because, she caught him cuddling with the 7-foot Chewbacca and said, "That's it, I'm done." But he got his allowance back, so, we're happy for him. He can go buy all the toys he wants now, and, he has a budget now, and, Ashley gave that back to him. So we're happy for you, Mike. We really are. And that's it. I just want to say, other than, Squid not knowing, how to use his computer, that, everything is pretty much normal. Everything's pretty normal right now. Everything's going great. Life is good. Football's right around the corner. We're going to start off by talking about a couple of cool things. We're going to talk about the premium package. The premium package, baby. Yeah, premium. Do you know what premium means? You get the premium service. You get the 4K. You don't just get the Netflix with the crappy, whatever. You get the premium. You get to watch it in 4K, baby. That's what we're doing right now. We're playing fantasy football in 4K right now. 4K. And I'm going to explain how everything works, all right? So, first of all, we got a new roster, all right? First thing I did was I got rid of, we have the same amount of guys on your same players, same amount of roster spots, except I got rid of one wide receiver and one running back position and replace those with flex spots. So now you can put a running back, wide receiver, or tight end in those spots. All right, give you a little bit more flexibility with the premium package, and I also included, we have injured reserve spots because I feel like that'll help us a lot because there's some cool things coming our way, and injured reserve might be a good way to stash some of those guys because you're going to need it because you'll see. And let's see, obviously, we have scoring is going to be changed. There's going to be some changes in scoring. We now have four categories for each position. And I'm going to go over all those with you. And I'm going to explain it as best as I could to the best of my ability. And if you have any questions, you can always, talk to Squid or whatever. He'll help you out. Squid's good. So obviously, within the categories, like if your receiver, throws a touchdown pass, then, you get those touchdown categories. So, it's interchangeable. You guys know all that. So you get the drift. All right, so here we go. Here's quarterbacks. So for the quarterbacks, these are the categories for quarterbacks. We have completion percentage. You guys know what that is. Completion percentage, the percentage that they complete. Passing touchdowns, when they pass a touchdown. Passing yards, all the yards accumulated all at once for the whole season. And then a new one, which is a premium service package deal, a 4K service, baby, is we have passing performance. 300 yards. So if your quarterback throws 300 yards in a game, you get a point, baby. Yeah. So here's the ones for wide receivers. So wide receivers, we have receptions. When they reception the ball, receptions, and then they have receiving touchdowns, when the receiver catches the ball in the end zone, touchdown. We have receiving yards accumulated all year long. They're receiving those yards. They're receiving those yards and going down the field, and you get all those points, all those yards you're going to get. All right? And here's the new one that's incorporated with your new 4K package, baby. Receiving performance is 100 yards. So every time in a game a receiver goes for 100 yards, you get a point. You get a point. I'm just throwing points out there. You get a point, he gets a point, everybody gets a point. Points galore. Everybody's getting points. So now on to your running backs. Running backs, we have rushing touchdowns. They rush in the end zone, and it's a touchdown, point. Rushing yards, same thing. They carry the ball and they rush it. All those yards are all yours. Average yards per rush, you know what that is. The average yards per rush is pretty common in football. And then here's the new one with the premium 4K package, baby, is rushing performance, 100 yards. So if your running back rushes for 100 yards in a game, you get a point. Guess what? 99 yards, don't count. Because I got 99 problems, but, Anyway, so kickers. Kickers, you get extra points. We know that. Extra points. You get the extra point. Every kicker can kick an extra point. If you can't kick an extra point, you don't even deserve to be in the NFL, honestly. Like, if you can't kick an extra point, I know they brought it back a little bit, but, you got no business if you can't kick an extra point. But you get points for extra points, all right? Field goal percentage. We had it last year. Same thing. Percentage of field goals. You miss, field goal and that your percentage goes down or whatever. And we have field goals, actual field goals. They get the field goal in the end zone over the post, then you get those points as well. But here's the new one. The new one is total field goal yards. So if your kicker kicks from 40, then he kicks from 50, that's 90 yards. That accumulates to the year. And apparently with the rule, there's a weighted average for extra points. I think it's with, they weigh out the extra points because it's part of the yards or something like that. But either way, you're going to get total sum of all yards for your kicker. So you want a kicker who can kick the ball long. So that'll help bump up the value of our kickers in this league. All right. And then now we have our defense, the last of the positions. We have sacks, we have takeaways, and then we also have total yards per game. Total yards per game is now combined between receiving and rushing. Is what we had last year. We had receiving and then we had rushing. Receiving and rushing were two separate categories because I couldn't put it in one because it wasn't part of the 4K package. Now it is. So we combine those two. So now it's one category. Total yards per game. Receiving and rushing, okay? So the less amount that they give up, the better your defense. Now, here is the new category for defense. We have third down conversion percentage against. I'll repeat that. Third down conversion percentage against. What that means is if your defense is able to stop the other team from getting a first down on third down, that'll increase or decrease your percentage. So it can go up and down. It's fluctuating because this will determine the better defenses from the not so good defenses, the ones that can actually stop the first down from third down. Okay? So that's it. Those are the category changes. Now, here are a couple things that I have changed with free agents. Okay? Free agent claims. Okay? Okay. So for starters, and this all this stuff, we're going to look into, if some stuff doesn't work here and there, we'll fix it. We'll make adjustments. But after careful consideration, I've looked into this. So now free agents, we're not going to be able to pick them up every day. You can't pick up guys on Monday, Tuesday, or Friday. Every other day, free agent claims go in, but not Monday, Tuesday, or Friday. So I know that this is going to hurt the Monday night game, but I feel like with the IR spots, you'll just have to plan ahead for those Monday games. That's it. Because you won't be able to pick up a guy from Sunday afternoon until Wednesday. Okay? And the reason I'm doing this is because we're going to increase the amount of bidding that's going on because two things. First of all, I bumped up the amount from 1,000 to 2,000. Okay? We're going to give you more money because Mainville just loves to spend money, and his money will be gone by like week 12. But okay, the IR spots will help, and also with you'll have a, sorry, excuse me. Yeah, that's what the other thing I was going to say. We have zero budget now, zero budget bids, which basically means that if you run out of money, you can still bid on players with $0. Okay, I've figured out how to include that in there. Okay, but here's the kicker. Here's the part where I think things are going to get wild. Is you can see the bids now. You can actually see the bids as they go up live as they're happening. Okay, you can actually see the bids. So you're going to be like, oh my God, this guy's up to $40. Do I want to bet 45? This way you're not blindly bidding on a player. You'll see those bids. You'll be able to see exactly how much those bids are going for. And hopefully, with the time of going a couple days, these bids will hopefully go up. Then, we'll get some pretty exciting bidding going on. It's kind of like an eBay style where, you can see the bids as they go. Okay. And now, lastly, I want to talk about increasing the entry fee because we've been at, a rock steady hundo for quite a while, and everything's going up, everything's prices, this and that, gas isn't cheap, food, I think I paid $30 for a hamburger the other day and it was, it was good, but I mean, just, it's just, things are just getting a little out of control right now. So, and I feel like, we should all just dig a little bit deeper in our pockets and be like, you know what, let's bump this up a little bit. And this way the winners will get a nice chunky payday at the end, and it's not going to be insane amount. I'm just talking an extra, $50. Okay. And now that doesn't include the premium package because that'll be an extra $13 per person. I can't control that. That's how much it costs for the season. It is what it is. Okay. So entry fee will be hopefully, it looks like so far everybody's on board, but there's a couple people out there, and also another thing too, if anybody wants to go over to Squid's house and show them where the voting thing is, I would appreciate it. Just that would be a big help. So anyway, so we're gonna move along now. We're gonna go to draft order, which I'm really excited about because I feel like this is gonna be the best draft order that we've ever done, ever. Best draft order in the history of draft orders, 2026. Now, this draft is going to happen on Monday, September 7th, which is Labor Day, 9 p.m., okay? Now, here we go. I'm going to show you the cards, okay? And then I'm going to throw them in this trusty bucket. Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry. It's been a while. Anyway, so here we go. So we're going to take the lid off. Empty, as you can see. The first one we're going to throw in is Mr. Calamari Capers. This is not draft order. I'm throwing them in the bucket. Don't get confused. In the bucket. Jack Reach Around. In the bucket. Mr. Boner. In the bucket. Mr. Storm. In the bucket. Mr. Dinero. In the bucket. Ugh, kidding. Just joking. I love you, Larry. I just don't want you to win again. That's all. But you're in there. You're in the bucket. You're in there. Pigskin cheese squeezer. In the bucket. Mr. Smitty. In the bucket. Swifties. Oh yeah, in the bucket. And of course, we can't leave out the radio show. How can we leave the radio show out? He's in the bucket too. So we got our bucket here. We get our top. We're going to shake it around. Really good. We shake it good because we want to make sure that this is shook. Shake, 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 shake. Shake and bake. Shake and bake, baby. And I'm going to pull out the first number one pick in the 2026 Fantrax Fantasy Football. And the number one pick goes to GZ Dinero. You have the number one pick, baby. Who are you taking at number one? GZ Dinero. Number two. Number two looks like it goes to Swifties. Swifties, yeah. Number three. Number three goes to the Cheese Squeezer. Number four. Number four goes to Mr. Calamari Capers at number four. You think you're getting Bijan there? Think again, buddy. Number 5. Oh, my buddy Mr. Possum. You're not getting Bijan either. Number 6. Gaelic Storm. Number 7. And I have a Fear Boner. Number 8. Number 8 goes to Jack's Reach Around. Number 9, Smitty. I think you always get this. I'm sorry. I swear it's random. I swear. I swear it's random. And number 10, we have The Radio Show. And that's it. So there's our draft order. There's the new rules. You have any questions, you can call HR. They'll be happy to help you. And let's have a great season. Woo! Yeah.